Alright, so today we are going to be covering the 243rd Marine Corps birthday at the Season3 Bar and Grill in Woodstock, Georgia.
So here it is, Saturday morning. We're just got in the car and we're getting ready to go get some lunch. I think it's morning. I call it breakfast or whatever it was, but I don't know. Oh, Saturday morning. We're in
Saturday, he calls Saturday morning 1:06.
It's 1:06
p.m.
Oh.
We're getting our shit together here. We're gonna go grab some lunch, and today's the big Marine Corps birthday. Matt Griffith sent us over to a place he highly recommended, and we head over and grab ourselves some sandwiches. So we had our lunch. We have to head back to the hotel and grab a few things.
We ended up Ubering just to so we didn't have to drink and drive.
Now we get over to the Season3 Bar and Grill. Everything that we were doing on this trip all kind of hinges off of the big party here. We roll in, we get all our shit out of the car, and the first person we run into is Carrie.
There she is.
Shit, what the fuck? You missed like 4 of them. You missed the best one.
Oh no.
The best one.
Already.
Our buddy Kyle, who does all of our sound system for him, standing up, they're right there. This is Kyle, with his back to us, and the guy standing next to him happens to be his freaking drill instructor.
Oh, nice.
And they just ran into each other. That's a story that unfolded today. This is Leatherneck Reconnect. This is Al. Al, this is Mike, and this is Matt.
AKA Hippie.
Hippie, yeah.
All right, hippie. What? Are you taking this?
What the hell is this shit?
Oh, the Dan's Home Service?
You don't have a Marine sweatshirt?
Oh, I do, but I
Did you
don't.
forget where you were going?
I don't need it, right?
No, you don't.
He don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. I'm not a swagger. I talk the talk and walk the walk. I don't need to post. Carrie, one of the bar owners, decided she thought it would be funny to bust my balls because, well, I'm not wearing Marine Corps anything, and I guess I'm representing Dan's Home Services again. Here you go, Dan.
I think it's hilarious she's busting Lose's balls, but yeah, he's got a point.
Oh, hey! Big guy.
Happy birthday.
All right, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Well, I think we just identified our youngest Marine for tonight. 17 years old, just graduated from boot camp yesterday.
Oh, nice. So out of all the stories that we're ready to get this day,
Was a drill instructor and a recruit.
You're the guy.
Oh, we're the guys.
These are the guys that I saw the video of. I'm Kyle Reed. I was in the Marine Corps 95 to 99, 0351.
My name's Brian Sinclair. Back in 1995-ish, I was known as Drill Instructor Sergeant Sinclair. I was in from 88 to 96. I loved the Marine Corps, working at the Marine Corps School of Supply down in Albany, Georgia, under Gunnery Sergeant Ducklow. If he's out there, what's up, Gunny? And then after that, I volunteered and went to DI school as a corporal, which didn't happen a lot back in the day. Halfway through my first platoon, after graduating DI school as a corporal, I was meritoriously promoted to sergeant and spent the next 2 years doing what was no doubt the best work, the best time of my life, which was taking young men and making them Marines.
I happened to run into my drill instructor from Paris Island, Platoon 1000 Bravo Company. We were at Paris Island from June 5th to August 25th, so during the lovely summer months. A lot of Black Flag days, and enjoyed every minute of it, absolutely.
I loved what I did, and I did what I loved. It surprised both of us.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
When I looked at this guy, what was it? I guess actually it started out when I said, yeah, I'm gonna do the cracker eating contest.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
you were in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in it?
Yeah, I won second place.
Oh, no.
I had to go on the cracker off.
Oh, that's what he was just telling us about. Everybody else is washing it down, and you're still packed tight.
What was so amazing is when my girlfriend and I, we walked in today, I said that if today at a small bar in Woodstock, Georgia, that I would meet somebody that I knew back in the day. But to run into Recruit REID, you know, was an amazing thing. It's not only did I run into a Marine that I knew, he was a Marine that I raised. And when he saw me, I kind of got this, you know, facial scar thing, and it is what it is. Makes me memorable.
We were bullshitting afterwards, and then I noticed this. I can't remember exactly what words we said, but he asked me when I was in. I said, oh, you know, it was supposed to be.
No, I remember exactly how it went down. I looked at you and I said, I can tell by your eye wrinkles, you're pretty close to my age.
Right.
What years were you in? And you said, I was in from
95 to 99.
And I thought, I trained recruits from 95 to 96. His eyes kind of started twitching. So my girlfriend said, she goes, when he looked at you, he's like, oh. His lips started quivering. Like, that still put that fear of God in him. And as a Marine, don't we all have that fear of God? I remember back in 1988, Drill Instructor Sergeant Alverson, Drill Instructor Sergeant Cozine, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Mayer. Don't we all remember our DIs?
I did not want to fall apart in front of him. I literally ran inside and I had to cry for a second because I'm like, is this really fucking happening? Right. Did I just run into the man that actually made me a fucking Marine?
And I'm like, what's your name? He goes, Reed. And I said,
I looked at him and I said, Sergeant Sinclair. And he goes, you'll never forget this.
When he said Sergeant Sinclair, I knew right then, nobody knows me as Drill Instructor Sergeant Sinclair, right. Except freaking the pigs that I killed back in the day, you know. And that was my motto: kill pigs, kill all pigs.
I think about him all the time and what he has done and the discipline that he instilled in me and everything. And to be able to have this festivity and my best friends own this place, you know, to run in to him was just, it hit me right at the heart. And oh my God, it was, I want to tear up now because I'm just thinking about it. You know, I mean, he was a mean son of a bitch, but he was also the one, if anything was bothering you or anything like that, fuck the senior drill instructor, I got you. I'm gonna make you a tough motherfucker, but I'm also here to help you. And that's the way he was. Like I said, he just made me the man I am today. You know?
That's awesome.
It's outstanding. And to run into him 23 years later, just blew my freaking mind.
I do remember him. Out of all of my recruits, he had some troubles at first, but he manned up. He manned up. He really did. He changed direction and became an amazing Marine.
1st Battalion Bravo Company.
Yeah. And depending where you were in Bravo Company, in the squad bay, right, you were either looking at the parade deck thinking about, that's how I'm going to get out of here. Yeah. Or you're on the other side of the squad bay looking out across the swamp thinking, that's how I'm going to get out of here.
Yes,
I was your drill instructor,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir, you are.
All right, let me take you back a few years behind that to my drill instructor. Now look, we're talking about 1988. There was a movie back in 1987 called Aliens. And these freaking aliens had these teeth like this right. that would open up like another mouth would come out, right? Well, my drill instructor Sergeant Cozine had these freaking teeth that were like that. His lips, I don't think they ever touched because his damn teeth were so freaking vicious and shit, man. He was so mean, but he was so squared away in his Marineness, you know what I'm saying? When I was in your shoes, I was the one looking across the bay. This son of a bitch was so mean. He was so vicious, so violent, and so strict. But good God, he made me.
Yeah,
and through what he made me, I made you.
Yes, sir, you did. And I'll thank you every day for it, sir. Absolutely. Every day.
Damn it, man.
It gets to a point where we find out what happened with Drill Instructor Sergeant Sinclair. It was pretty much a tough break.
After my tour of duty on the drill field, I got out of the Corps. It's one of those deals where, all right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No. I love the Corps. I love to fight. When I was a drill instructor and I wore my campaign cover, I've never, ever in my life felt more comfortable in my skin, knowing that was what I was born to do. But I like to drink too, guys, and I like weed. And on a random urinalysis, I was busted. and it cost me my career. The day that the first sergeant called me, it was a rainy day. I was training recruits to drill inside in the squad bay, and first sergeant come in and said, "Drill Sergeant Sinclair, I need to see you right now." And I had to have one of my other drill instructors take over. And I walked into, I'm going to tell this right now. I walked to the first sergeant's office. He said, "Drill Sergeant Sinclair, I'm going to need your duty belt. I'll need your campaign cover. You pop positive for marijuana use. Do you deny or do you accept your charges?" I was a Marine. I wasn't going to lie about a damn thing. I said, "You're right, First Sergeant. I have smoked marijuana." I took off my duty belt, I took off my campaign cover, and I laid it down. And I walked out there with such humility and shame. I was ready to kill myself, but not like you hear about guys today, like that poor bastard out there in California, killed all them people and killed himself. Fuck, I ain't killing nobody but me. But that's the way I felt. I hated me so bad because I had brought dishonor upon the Marine Corps. Death before dishonor is what we all say. And I felt like for many years, guys, God, I went into depression. I hated myself. And I hate to bring all this up on a beautiful day like this, but we'll get out of that. But anyways, that's what happened. That was my story. And it's taken me many years to get over that shit and say, you know, that was a minor mistake. I love the Corps. I fucking eat the Corps. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, did I make a mistake? Damn, do we all make mistakes? Sure. Yeah, and if you don't like it, fuck you, kiss my ass. And thank God I got brothers like him that don't give a damn. They just love me for who I am. You know, we can't all be perfect. We're just Marines.
He felt bad, like he betrayed the Marine Corps due to some of his actions.
You know, people do make mistakes in their lives. Now, if you keep making the same mistake, then, you know, something needs to change.
Right.
But if you understand life and that you make mistakes, and if you learn from them and you benefit from them and you proceed with life, there's, you know, that mistake's in the past. So I don't think any differently of you at all, sir. I can't believe I came across this man. Oh. Yeah, that's nuts. Woo! Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, I'm no exemption either. I got myself in trouble when I was in. You know?
Oh, so we're going to tell the truth now. Come on.
I'm not telling my story. No.
I've been out since 1996. Today is my first day after all these years come back to beat the Marines, and I tell you, I'm having a blast. Having a blast.
Running into Sergeant Sinclair today actually hit me at the heart. I talk about him all the time, actually. He was just a great person that I've always honored throughout my entire life. And to run into him 23 years later was absolutely phenomenal.
The look in each other's faces and the responses, and it was powerful.
There was so many pieces to the story. There were highs, there were lows, there was anger, there was pride. Just a high level emotions with this specific story. How many tickets does it take to get us a beer?
One,
One?
but I need ID.
Oh.
It's at alcohol. How about that? There you go. How many do you guys want?
Let's just do 40.
40 it is.
40.
To start.
So what do we got here? We're about an hour and a half in here.
Yeah.
As soon as we walked through the door, we were bombarded because we were kind of late, and the owner, Carrie, was certain to let us know she had 4 stories waiting for us. So we followed up with one of them immediately. Tears and all that bullshit, you know. That's the kind of stuff that makes me understand that what's going on here hits home a little more and more each and every time, you know.
We're 1 beer in and many more to go. I got some gloves because it's pretty fucking cold out here, actually.
I didn't wear my second sweatshirt because I said I wasn't a pussy.
Right. I didn't wear a second sweat. I'm about to take mine off.
And his back hair's shorter than mine.
Yeah, but it's straighter.
All right.
retired Master Sergeant Ralph Roger. This is our place, Semper Fi Bar and Grill here in Woodstock, Georgia.
I'm Carrie Roger. Today is November 10th. It's the 243rd anniversary of the Marine Corps, and so we're having the biggest bash pretty much in Georgia.
My wife and I, we opened the place up a little over 3 years ago.
A couple of years ago, he went to a place over on the other side of town on the Marine birthday. While he was there, somebody handed him a card from the Leatherneck Club Bar and Galley in Las Vegas.
Those guys out there at the Leatherneck of Vegas, they're the ones who inspired us to do this. It's all their fault. But we love those guys out there.
We had a trip to Las Vegas, and he came along with me. We decided to go check out what was the Leatherneck Club Bar and Galley.
My wife and I, we felt so welcome. When we walked through the door, we had Marine stuff on. There was 18 Marines and 1 Army guy sitting at a long table. And we walked in the place, and they saw us walk in. They're like, "Hey, Marines, get your butts over here!" And before we knew it, we had beer in our hand, right. You know. And I don't think we were in there 15, 20 minutes. And we looked at each other and went, "You know what? There's nothing like this back home. Why couldn't we do something like this?"
And it's done nothing but a joyride ever since.
We wanted to make this place a place where veterans can come tell their story. A place where everybody's welcome, but veterans are honored. Veterans and first responders. You guys with Reconnect, we have reconnected a lot of Marines and other service members here at our place.
You know, and even today, we've already seen some significant connections happening today. 2 guys who came, one came from Augusta, Georgia, the other one from Nashville, Tennessee, haven't seen each other. Come to find out, they got 3 more buddies coming here today who haven't seen each other in 25 years. And it's here. And that's the kind of stuff that happens all year long for us. One guy will figure out that we're here, and then he'll reach out to his buds and say, "Hey, let's all meet at Semper Fi." And so we see that a lot, but just seeing these people reconnect and get back together with each other just creates a lot of joy. We see a lot of the emotions come out too, but I know that's really healing for people to be able to get those emotions out. Whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter, but to be able to process those emotions and get them out and get back reconnected with their tribe and where they belong, it's very cool.
Again, that's why we created this place, so that those Marines and other veterans can reconnect, and it's very important for them. A lot of them, they don't want to talk about the past. They don't want to bring up those horror stories. You know, we've had people come in here and say, "Ralph, I wake up in Vietnam every day." We had a guy, he's a Vietnam vet. He started coming here. His name is David. And he always sat at the same table, black coffee, 2 ice cubes. I'll never forget it.
Dave's story is really interesting. He was one who really didn't come out at all. He was struggling. He had a lot of PTSD problems.
He always wore his sateen uniform that he wore in Vietnam.
And he wore it all the time, every time he came in. And he kind of disappeared for a while, and so we got a little concerned because we knew, you know, Dave was struggling. And he came back one day. He had khaki pants on and a polo shirt and a fedora hat. I'd never seen him in civilian clothes. He goes in the back of his truck and he's got his uniform on the hanger, and he came in
and handed it to my wife and said, "Here, I don't need the same work. I'm home." So, sorry I get kind of emotional about this stuff, but you know, it's something that we see just about every day here. But that's the brotherhood that we have here. Everybody watches out for each other. The good Lord inspired us to do it, and here we are today. We appreciate you guys coming down and putting on those miles.
Oh yeah.
You know, not just for us, but for all the Marines that you guys work with.
So we spent most of our time outside, set up at tables with our banner and stuff. We had a lot of people coming up and signing it and introducing themselves, us telling our story and what we're doing and why we're doing it. So at this stop, we don't know anybody here. However, quite a few times we came across people who are fans of the page and watch everything we post on the page.
We had a lady come up and approach us. She's been following the page since day 1.
My son was at boot camp when I watched your video.
Oh, really? What's your name?
Trish.
Trish.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
When I saw you, I was like, oh my God, they're here. That's right.
We just met Trish here. She's been following the page since like what, day 1 pretty much.
Day 1, yeah. So you guys have had a long trip around the country, huh?
Yeah, well we're on
Keep doing it, right?
we're on day 3. Did you know we were going to be here?
I saw it yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just saw it yesterday. Nice.
Yeah.
You try to watch all the videos or most of them?
Whenever I see one posted, I work so much, I'm not on Facebook that much, but if I see you guys post one, yeah, I watch them. I follow you guys, so I think it's awesome.
So gentlemen,
Hi, I'm
my
Mike.
husband.
Mike, I'm Tim.
Oh, how you doing?
My wife told us, she's like, I know those dudes.
Yes, that's cool.
Quite honestly, it was very interesting. These people knew who we were. Some of them were somewhat starstruck, and we're like, wow.
Hashtag Marine Mom. Cool. Well, you guys always have a place to stay if you're ever back down here. So
Great. Appreciate that.
our home is your home. So we're all family at some point. So
It was kind of crazy to get the feedback and just hear somebody and see somebody, for that matter, that actually watches us and enjoys it.
Fucking right,
I dig the stash, man. How much wax you got to put in there? Oh, you got glue.
That's a 50-cent key, man. I can sleep in this shit. I wake up in the morning, crystal beard.
Well, only specific people can park here, which I don't know who they are, but you can be one of them.
You can be one of them. Okay.
Very good.
They got it all.
That colonel took up all the real estate in the bottom of the banner.
Hey, who is it, guys? Who is it? Matt Griffith here. Leatherneck Lifestyle.
Here's Leatherneck Lifestyle Jr.
Leatherneck Lifestyle
He's
Jr.
going to funnel his first beer tonight.
I'm not going to do this.
The father and son
Happy
combo.
birthday, Marines! Hey!
Young motivator right there.
Not yet.
Wait, I just want you to get him funneling the beer.
Yeah, we'll get it.
It's not
He
gonna
practiced with a pint of water and it went miserably. So
It did.
the beer will be amazing.
I'll show you a picture of a buddy of mine.
Matt's always over there hugged up against a heater.
What are you doing under there? Trying to stay warm.
Caffeinated coffee.
When you're drinking coffee, you should be warm. You shouldn't have to stand right underneath a heater like, well, you gotta have one of these.
My table has blondes.
Matt Griffith comes up with these masks and a small, goofy little beer bong. I've never seen one so small. Had Los ended up doing a beer bong out of the panda mask.
Which, well, shit. If any of you know me, I can't pass that up.
You're early for this shit.
What are we doing here?
You just turn it to the left and you're good to go. You stick in the hole?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. She said, well, tomorrow's the only day we have off.
That was pretty good. Didn't even see you struggling under there.
Not at all. Just for the record, I made a living doing that shit back in my 18 to 20s. As the night went on, the crowd got bigger.
Tons of people signing the banner.
Definitely cold outside. They were getting everything set up for the cake cutting ceremony.
The best fighting force in the world. And it's all you Marines out here right now and Navy Corpsmen, because we don't go anywhere without our Navy Corpsmen. This is my wife, Carrie. She's a Marine vet as well. We put this restaurant together with the help of the good Lord a little over 3 years ago. Leatherneck of Vegas, I want to thank you for inspiring us to do what we do today. They're having their own massive party tonight. Private Fane, correct? And what are you going to be doing in the Marine Corps? Artillery, 0811. Save your hearing now. Don Ashbaugh, 79 years old. Recon Marine. He's done this before, I think. As tradition calls, the oldest Marine will take this piece of cake and he will pass it on to the youngest Marine, as though passing down the traditions of the Marine Corps. There's your cake. Please take a bite. Let's go ahead and play the Marine Corps hymn.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles on the land as on the sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I came all the way down from Wisconsin for this.
Oldest Marine here at the birthday party today. Cut the cake.
Recon Marine, 1956-62. I was over in the 4th Marines, 1st Marine Brigade, B Company, 3rd Recon. I was part of the 1st Recon platoon before they formed the brigade. Part of the old raiders that left over from Korea. Long time ago.
Yeah. Just a few years. Well, hey, happy birthday. It's a pleasure meeting you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
This young man was the youngest Marine at our ceremony today.
Graduated boot camp yesterday.
Please sign their banner for them.
So we were truly enjoying our time just walking around, conversating with everybody, talking about what they're doing, what we're doing as Leatherneck Reconnect. Just still looking for more and more stories of people that have exciting shit to tell.
You can go ahead and sign it. Go ahead and take a sticker.
Oh, cool.
Meet new Marines.
I think I saw that you guys were going to be here. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Another guy comes walking up and says that he was told to come say hi to me.
I was supposed to say hi to you.
Oh, you were?
Dean Smith.
Oh, you know Dean.
Yeah, because you guys said you guys were going to be down here. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what you guys are talking about. Dean and I served together up at camp.
Okay.
We get about 15 guys that we connect with every year.
Oh, do you?
And I was a Vietnam veteran. You know, they all served in Vietnam. We've been meeting for the last 14 years. Tony, this guy handling this is called Leatherneck Reconnect.
What's up, brother? We're connecting Marines with companies who are trying to hire veterans, and we don't charge anything to anybody. We write it free to the veteran, free to the company looking for employees. I had my roommate in Okinawa. He found me like 25 years later, about a month ago. Cool as shit, man.
My best friend in the Corps is from Detroit. We lost contact when we both got out. I got out in '94. Well, they had cell phones, but they were just coming on. He found my wife on Facebook because I don't do any of that. Our platoon, we were the first ones into Somalia in '91. They're having a reunion in Vegas this weekend. I couldn't go. I visited them 2 years ago. I rode my bike up there to visit them. This one rode with me to Detroit. We were going from another chapter to Texas to party with them. And that's when my Marine buddy in Detroit found me through my wife, said, you know, man, if only you could stop by, if only we could see each other. And I'm like, well, Detroit's on the way from Texas to Georgia. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. We rode from here out to Texas, then went from Texas up to Detroit, and then back down to Georgia. That was 2 years ago. It was awesome. Now he's in Vegas and I'm here, but at least I'm here celebrating a birthday.
So what years did you serve?
90 to 94. So when I was in boot camp, Desert Shield started. And of course we thought it was all the drill instructors, you know, playing the hooks. Oh, we're going to war, boys. And we're like, yeah, whatever. Till somebody got sent to sick bay and he saw it on the paper and he was like, he came back and he's like, dude, we're going to war. And we're like, yeah! Because nothing had happened, you know.
My girl over here, we've been following you on Facebook since y'all started.
Oh, no shit.
For the Reconnect. And we go with 5-time with Sergeant Major. Well, y'all were driving here drinking water because y'all were fucked. But would you embarrass her and come over here and just say hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
2016.
Oh, that's it.
I think I found y'all like a year ago. And then I saw y'all were coming out
I was like, look, they're coming. I'm so excited.
It's super awesome for us to run into people that follow us and are like, hey.
But y'all been doing this for how long?
3 years now.
Is it a hell of a blast?
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a good time.
I think y'all went to a lot of different cities.
Oh yeah.
I always send him the videos. I'm like, look.
You have a good time everywhere you go, don't you?
Another crazy story that we were introduced to that night was the doc that saved the Marine in Vietnam,
who was stabbed in the stomach with a bayonet. The doc ended up saving his life.
Shall I lead or you?
You lead.
Shall I lead or you, he said.
We were in Vietnam together. We served with the same company, which was 3rd Force Recon. He was in the bush with us when we were out as a team. I caught a bayonet in the belly. He saved my life. Wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. Went to the hospital in Guam, came back. We haven't seen each other since 1969. Ralph opened this place. Wife and I were sitting in the booth, and he was sitting next one over. We got to talking. I was there. You were there. I was there. I was there. Yeah. You. What outfit? Recon. Me too. And we realized we knew each other. That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right after this place opened. I owe my life to this man.
I owe my life to my Marines because right after this one, we were out on another op. I was working on a Marine and a 122 went off behind me. And about a week and a half before, I'd stolen an alert pack from an Army LERP unit. It was a nice big A-frame sweep pack. The shell went off and I did a 50-yard sitting broad jump. I woke up 9 weeks later on a C-141 to a first lieutenant nurse, Marta Baskin, in a body cast. And I stayed in that body cast 17 months. I had another one in the Atlanta Airport Admirals Club. I had a sergeant that was doing 21 days left in country. He hit a booby trap. Both his legs gone. Last I saw him, they threw him on a chopper. I opened the door for a guy in a wheelchair one day coming out of the head. And when we got out in the lobby, he had a cover on, said Semper Fi on the back, and I said, Semper Fi, devil dog. He turned around, and it was my sergeant. We flew on the same plane that day. Being a corpsman, what can I say?
Being a corpsman is a special thing for a Marine.
I loved every fucking minute of it. I'd go back tomorrow for him.
Yep.
My Marine saved my life. So, Semper Fi, brother.
Semper Fi.
Other than you helping him out when he was wounded with the bayonet.
He was with another team. I was with one team. Our team went out to reinforce them.
So you guys didn't know each other other than that interaction you had right there.
He was on a react team.
They got in a jam.
Yeah, we got deep, and it got in it deep. And they sent another team out to reinforce us.
Because we worked in 4 to 8 man teams, and that was it. We were just kind of there, or not there.
There were a lot of places we were that we weren't.
So can you tell me a little bit about your relationship now?
We're buds.
Yeah.
We come up here, we have a few drinks, we see each other, we say, hey, I come up here for this, the camaraderie with the Marines, with my brothers. It's hard for me, and some people don't understand who we are, or what we are, or where we were. Vietnam, I told my wife today, you hear the PTSD crap, you hear all this, and no offense to anybody younger. It's all about Iraq, Afghanistan, Desert Storm. They don't think about the PTSD that the mom guys are going through. You don't hear it. I see it out at the VA hospital, I know you do. We all see it. I've got guys that I was in high school with. My best friend, 27 years in the Corps, retired Sergeant Major. He's still going through it. He was a speaker last year at the Marine Corps birthday ball. What else you need?
What else you need? Tell him.
Just God bless the Marine Corps.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Fucking A. Excuse my friend. I didn't say that on TV. I didn't say that on TV. That's Vietnam talk. They call me Doc. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know my real name half the time around here. Well, the trouble was I got three purples in Nam because Marines. Well, it was hard in a firefight. to understand them yelling duck or dock. So I kept standing up.
But after all the formalities of everything that goes in with the Marine Corps birthday celebration, things started to thin out a little bit. We stuck it out and stayed outside the whole time.
As it got later, Matt and I moved inside to where it was warmer.
Go in, drop the pack. We sit down and we finally decided we wanted to have a cocktail versus having another beer.
We were sitting down. We were pretty tuned up. You know, we drank a lot of beer already throughout the night and enjoyed ourselves.
It's 11 o'clock. Just chill out for a minute. We've been standing outside for 7 hours. Yeah, but it's been good. Good to go.
We had this dude come over. He brought 3 glasses with him.
Okay. Oh, hot now. Give me a second. You got all the time you need. So now, I brought 3 over here.
Proceeded to ask me to taste all 3 glasses.
Did you say to taste that?
Against my better judgment, I gave her a go anyway. I drank the first one and I'm like, that shit is watered down. And he hands me the second one and I'm like, nah, I don't know about this. He hands me a third and I'm like, no, but I'm not doing that.
They're all like wasting fucking drinks. No. I'll taste it for you. I'm gonna make your own opinion about it. They're like all worn out drinks. They still gone.
And I don't know why Los is even tasting them. He's just sipping out of them. Like, oh yeah, no problem.
Oh, you got a big ass motherfucking beard, sir.
Yeah, to see his nut hair. He had 3 drinks that somebody left at the table he sat down at and brought him over, and he was trying to get me to taste test them to make sure they were all right. Son of a bitch could have slipped me a roofie.
Hey.
And then Some Kind of Wonderful comes on.
My soul on fire. There you go, man. Baby kisses me. I'm filled with desire. Some kind of wonderful around me. Yeah, you fucking he's on it. He's on point. Baby kisses me. Chills up and down the spine. My baby, she's alright. But don't you know that she's some kind of wonderful? I'll do back up. Some kind of wonderful. I'll back up, Bill. Some kind of wonderful. Yeah. Some kind of wonderful. Fucked it up again. Can I get a witness? With me. Can I get a witness? I love you though, but you have a good spirit. I've got money to spend. I've got a shitload of money to spend. And if y'all want new drinks, order them now. I'm not kidding. I've got somewhere crazy I gotta go.
That dude was just so hammered and it was like time to go. But we did get him to buy us a drink.
Definitely different. Not everybody's cut from the same cloth. Where do you want to sign? Over there?
Wherever.
Over there? So as the night came to a close, we headed back to our room and the antics resumed.
We got the little young buck, Brendan, you know, Matt's son. The young Marine, he's out there, he's motivated as hell.
With trying to get this young Marine to do an atomic sit-up. Or an impossible sit-up, whatever you guys may call it.
Because he's a reservist, He doesn't know anything about these little pranks that we pulled in the fleet.
Son,
I got his legs.
Do a sit up. Make sure you can actually get up.
Yeah.
Oh, that was strong.
You almost hit him in the face.
So what is the main objective here?
All right.
Before I fuck it up.
You have to power. You have to have more stomach power than his arm power.
No weight, just arm. Here.
I feel like somebody's gonna fuck me up. Like,
Try. Sit up.
Nobody.
No, because I'm gonna tell you. No, fuck you. Get the fuck away from me. Take your fucking shirt. Go fuck yourself. I had a feeling that something like that was coming. I didn't put two and two together until he fucking started to pull his pants down. You fucking asshole.
Well, he wasn't supposed to pull his shirt off.
We didn't communicate well enough, right? I didn't think you were going to get. I was going to let him muscle through one real quick. Didn't do one for real.